If you want to talk skincare, more specifically, The Ordinary, then stick around. Hi there, it's Hélène, and yes, this is another video. This one is skincare, and that would be why I have nothing on my face except for my morning skincare. And the reason being that I don't think that we can talk about skincare if we can't see someone's skin. So I am filming this video before I have a stitch of makeup on, except for I've got the Pale Lip lipstick from Lancôme on my lips because there's nothing going on for my lips with the products I'm going to be talking about today. Now, this video has been a long time coming. Toward the end of August, so August to September, September to October, October to November, no, July, end of July. So it's been 3.5 months, if my math is right. If not, I'll correct it down here. 3.5 months of using The Ordinary products, and I introduced it way back when and said I would use them thoroughly and then report back. There is no way that I can use skincare for just 3 weeks or something like that and report back. I think that my review would be bunk. So when you see a brand new focus on a skincare line, please know that it's going to take me a long time to get back to you. And when somebody is super interested, for example, I do know that Susan was really interested in hearing back from me. I feel bad that it takes me so long, but I also feel good that when I give you an opinion on any of the products I tried, I have an opinion. So on the one hand, I feel bad because it took 3.5 months. And on the good side, I doubt that folks will stay on one type of skincare for over 3 months to report back. Now, I did not have replacements for all of the products that I use in a given day on skincare, but I did stick to the Ordinary products that I do have whenever I needed that product. So whatever product or products I was using before for that purpose, they've been put aside now for over 3 months. I don't want to go into it more than that as an explanation. If you have any questions regarding my process, I'm going to be happy to answer those in the comments. I want to go over the handful of products that I did pick up from The Ordinary. I didn't pick up everything from The Ordinary. I just picked up a handful of products that I thought would give me an idea of whether I like the brand or not. Now, why is The Ordinary kind of an interesting brand? It is because it is a very inexpensive brand, and as a matter of fact, at least at Sephora, it never goes on sale. And the reason being is that the margins are low. It's ingredients only. That's the premise. It's uncomplicated as far as ingredients in the just seeing what the name is. And so the marketing flash has been replaced by information on the contents of the skincare itself, which is very appealing to me on a number of levels. I'm going to stop talking about the overview of this whole project, and I'm going to get into the products now because I'm sure you're hoping to see what I was using. So I'll get into it, but I should just point to the intro video here if you want to take a look at it at the beginning. Okay, so a few things that I was using. I decided to try the Squalane cleanser. And this cleanser I ended up finishing last night, which prompted me very much to do this video. This was the key. So it was either I was going to run out of the cleanser or I was going to run out of the toner. Whichever one was going to be a trigger for me to do this video, because I think that if you've used up a container, you've used the line pretty consistently. So in this Squalane cleanser, I've lost the back of it. It doesn't tell me how much there was, but there was quite a bit in there. And I'm going to say that as a cleanser, if you tend to have dry skin and you don't want to use a cleanser that is drying, this one was wonderful. It was really hydrating, really comfortable, and actually a pleasure to use. This is a step in my makeup removal, if you will, that I really enjoyed every single night. So yes, I would recommend the Squalane cleanser. Now for the next one, which is, again, of course, they're all from The Ordinary. I don't know why I'm repeating that. It is the Vitamin C 23% suspension and 2% HA spheres. I do use a brightening product. That is what I do. The last number of products that I've been using for brightening have been from Ole Henriksen and from Paula's Choice. Out of Ole Henriksen and Paula's Choice, I would definitely suggest Paula's Choice. I used this product as for brightening, obviously, and did it brighten my skin? I didn't really see much of a difference with this product. I don't know whether it was doing anything or not. I do feel like I've got relatively glowy skin. Never mind the shine, that's just from the moisturizer I put on earlier. But I think it's okay. There are a couple things to know about the product. One of them is that it's gritty to the feel. So it has a lotion feel on the hand when you first get some out of the container. And then when you start spreading it on your face, you can feel some grit. Now, some folks recommend that you only use it at night because of the grit, but what I find is that once it's applied all over the face, that feeling of grit kind of dissipates. So I don't know if it's because the particles are dissolving and getting into the skin, but it just doesn't feel like a big deal once it's all over the face. So I don't have an issue with using it morning or evening. As a matter of fact, I was using it in the morning. The one thing I'm not sure about is the brightening effect. But it doesn't mean that I don't think it works. I just didn't see any noticeable difference, and maybe it is because I didn't quite know what to look for. And I might actually, for the next brand new focus on skincare, I might actually do a before and after picture to see if I can notice any differences on my skin, and I'm kind of kicking myself for not having done that with this product. Well, with this brand, I should say. So I will be doing it for the next skincare brand new focus. I do have a pet peeve other than the grit, and the grit for me, I could see how it would be off-putting. It's like feels like almost putting a little bit of sand on your face at first. But the pet peeve I have is the choice they made for container. I would much rather have had a cream container, so one of those kind of flat bottom, round or cylindrical, right, container that has the flat base and it's round all around and has a screw cap on top. I would rather have had that type of container than this. And the reason being is that it's one of those click open tops. And the problem with that is it's very liquidy. And so it keeps the bottom of the container quite messy because it's not thick enough to hold the product. And actually, there's a little bit of product left here. You can see it's not very viscous, and so it's just kind of messy. And so I ended up actually depotting it prematurely because it was driving me crazy. As a matter of fact, here is the depotted product. It's in an old pharmacy Green Clean sample container. And here is what I have left. So I've used quite a bit, and you can see how liquid it is. It's really not a product that I think is conducive to the packaging they chose. And as you can see, I don't have that much left. It's not a very deep container. It looks deeper than it is. You'll see that it's really not a whole lot in here. So that is it for the vitamin C 23% suspension with HA spheres. Let's go to the toner. This is the toner I was using, Glycolic acid 7% toning solution. This is a powerhouse of a toner. I definitely feel the benefits of this toner. I use it in the morning. And the vitamin C, I tended to use in the morning, as I said. Once in a while, if I forgot, it was in the evening, but vast majority of time it was in the morning. This is usually in the morning. Very rarely, maybe twice, I used it at night. So it was in part of my morning routine, and it was the way I was refreshing my skin after getting up in the morning. And I felt it work in a good way. It just felt like it was doing its job, but the feeling on the skin wasn't off-putting. It just felt like ideally what a toner should feel like. It had a mild tingling sensation, but in a good way, nothing weird. And it just feels like it was doing the balancing work that a toner should do. And if you are curious to know what my preferred toner is, it is the Pixie Glow Tonic. So it's a boring toner. I mean, packaging aside, the product itself, it's a boring toner. But I can't argue it is highly effective, at least for what my skin needs and appreciates, and what I want out of a toner, regardless of whether those benefits or that feeling translates to benefit. It just feels like a good fit. And it is very, very inexpensive, as are all these products. Now I'm going to go to a product that I barely used, and I will explain why. This is the Granactive Retinoid 2% Emulsion. So it was previously called the Advanced Retinoid 2%. So it comes in a dropper form, as you can see. This one and the next product is the same. And you'll see that I used some of it, but not very much. And retinoid, you don't need very much. And I was sheepish about starting to use this one, and I think that I'm going to just leave it for a bit and come back to it later. I have been kind of turned off from the retinoid products from The Ordinary, and it's because of another product I'll show you. This is the product that I used the most, and it is a retinol 1% in Squalane. And Squalane, as you heard from the Squalane cleanser, I really appreciate. The retinol in here though, and this is 1%, the other one is 2%. The retinol in here, I ended up having a pretty significant reaction to on my neck, and I have saved a picture of it. In some videos, you may notice that you don't see as much of my upper body as other videos, and that was for a while. I was hiding my neck because it was very irritated, and it was from the use of this product. And I know it was from the use of this product because I quit using it after I saw the trouble I was having, and then went back and tried using it again and had the trouble again. Well, after going back and using it again, having the trouble again, I did not want to go and experiment more with this one, especially since the retinol in here is twice as much. Now, I don't know if this Squalane is doing something to make the retinol 1% behave so strongly, because I have used retinol products before and I have no problem with it. I use the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair, which is what I'm going to go back to now that I'm not using these. Retinol is a powerful product, and so, but I've never ever had a reaction to any retinol that I've used before, and everything's been non-prescription retinol. I'm going to park these for a while, and when I decide to try them again, and I will be starting with this one, I will report back. So this is not the one that caused me irritation. This is the one that caused me irritation. So when I am ready, I think I'm going to first off use the Neutrogena Rapid Wrinkle Repair, go through one of those tubes. And then when I know that my skin is back to normal when it comes to using retinol, I will go and try this one. So I'll report back using this product and tell you how it was. But I think that the takeaway for me is that I think that these products in some cases are quite potent, and that maybe a gradual introduction of them into skincare is a good advisable thing, as opposed to doing a straight out swap from a product that I was using before. And I do brand new focus projects. This is far from the first one, and I've never had a reaction to anything that I use. So this was a sustained reaction. It kept happening. So I don't think it's something that I ate or stressed or I don't think any of that factored in. So I would just be cautious for any of the retinol or more invasive kind of ingredients that would be useful, or that would be included in some The Ordinary products, or anything else that tends to be high potency type products. Here is another product from The Ordinary that I almost forgot, and it's the Alpha Arbutin 2% plus HA. And it comes in a dropper format that is pretty typical for The Ordinary. And this is a dark spot and kind of discoloration resolver, so to speak. It helps with that. And that was a big reason why I didn't want to wear any sort of makeup today. I wanted you to see that I have some discoloration on my skin. Now, what I was using before is the Paula's Choice Dark Spot Remover, and there's another one that I've tried before, and both of them worked pretty well. I have to say, and I've used a lot, so you can tell that I really gave this a go and I used nothing else. My discoloration is worse, and it's not from sun exposure during this whole trial, because we have been in the fall and definitely now into winter here in Winterpeg or Winnipeg. And so my discoloration, my dark spots should not be getting worse. If anything, just because of lower sun exposure, they usually get better. And so because they're showing more, I can say pretty confidently that this product is not working as well as the Paula's Choice option. So I'm going to finish this product. I might as well finish it, but I can tell you that I'm going back to my dark spot corrector from two places, Paula's Choice and Juviance. Those are the two brands that I definitely prefer over this product. Of course, it's nothing that a BB CC cream can't correct, but I definitely noticed a worsening of splotchy skin tone compared to what I am used to. So this product is a big no-no for me. Not as big a no-no as the Retinol 1%, but a no-no nonetheless. One last product I want to talk about from The Ordinary is a product that I have not tried in this brand new focus, but I intend to purchase sooner than later. And it is the Buffet. The Buffet is a bit of a peptide soup that is supposed to be quite effective to include in a skincare regimen. And peptides tend to be pretty expensive, and the Buffet I think is $28 for an ounce, or 30 ml, and I think that is a really decent price. So the Buffet is definitely a product that I will want to try in my skincare regimen. So just one last product from The Ordinary, but that I did not test. I'm just letting you know two things: another product I want to try, and the fact that I like the brand enough to be trying more from the line. So the key question is, would I continue to use The Ordinary? The answer is yes. I really quite like the glycolic acid toner at 7%. I think that I would cycle through this one and my my favorite toner, which is Pixie Glow Tonic. And the reason I would cycle back and forth is because Pixie is quite expensive. The glycolic acid toner from The Ordinary is very affordable. I hate to use that word. It's inexpensive as far as comparing to a Pixie Glow Tonic. And yeah, I think that I'm happy with the idea of going back and forth and using the 7% when I feel like I want it, and using the Pixie when I feel like I want it and that my skin is going to be happy using it. The Squalane cleanser, absolutely, I will use it again. I have other cleansers to get through, so I'm going to focus on some of the other cleansers that I have open. And once in a while, I'll get the Squalane cleanser from The Ordinary and we'll consider it a treat. So that tells you that I really like that product. The retinols, I think their fate is sealed. And the vitamin C, I like the price, but because of the dispensing, the way that the product dispenses from the container, I think it's a real turnoff. So I think I'm going to go back to my other vitamin C products, such as the Ulla Henriksen and a couple of other vitamin C products. And I think that vitamin C, ending on the vitamin C product as in what I repurchase, is a great segue into another brand that The Ordinary is making me want to try. And I'll explain that in just a second. Now, we talked about vitamin C in The Ordinary, and I want to talk about vitamin C in a different brand. And it's a bit of a segue into letting you know about a brand that I want to try. And I want to try it for two reasons. One of the things I'd said about The Ordinary is that, at least at Sephora, it does not go on sale. This is a different brand called Indeed. And Indeed Laboratories produces product very much in the same type of way as The Ordinary, and you'll see that it's very basic packaging. So this is a vitamin C from Indeed. And what is interesting for me anyway from Indeed is that it's a Canadian product, number one, and number two, it is sold at Shoppers Drug Mart. And at Shoppers Drug Mart, every week there are opportunities to get products at 30% off. So when I consider The Ordinary or this brand, depending on what their retail price is, may be more affordable than The Ordinary, which is already an affordable product. So it makes me very curious to try Indeed to see if the approach is similar and the quality of the products is similar to The Ordinary. So I thought I would just mention that, especially if you have access to Indeed, and that Indeed is a brand that goes on sale depending on where it is that you can purchase it. It may be a brand that is worthwhile for you to check out if you are on the hunt for the most affordable and effective skincare that you can find. Now, the only thing about these kind of low brand, low marketing kind of beauty products is that, let's just say it, they're kind of boring. The labeling is boring. There's not a lot of hype around it. They don't have any sort of scent or experiential kind of add-ons like beautiful packaging, that kind of thing. And so because of that, it can be a drawback in using them because you have less of an experience using it. So if for you, your beauty regimen is a lot about self-care and pampering kind of self-care, you may not find these alternate brands or alternative brands to the more expensive beauty regimen type products. You might not find them appealing. And that's okay. And you need to like what it is that you like. Now, if your budget constraint is such that this is what you will buy, period, that's fine. If you are begrudging using a product like The Ordinary or Indeed or any of the other few other brands that are selling themselves on kind of the same benefits of low cost and simplicity, if that's not your jam, then you will not like using the product, and you may actually alter your beauty regimen as in do less of it, because you're not excited by the products. So I'm going to say you need to know what your style is, how you feel, how you use products, and whether or not you really see yourself using the product. And if you're not sure, like I wasn't sure about my adherence with The Ordinary, I would strongly suggest that you start with just a handful of products. And that's what I did, just started with a handful of products to see if I really could make the transition. And really what's happened is that I am okay with using a handful of The Ordinary products and using high-end as complements to The Ordinary products, or hopefully in the future as well, Indeed products. So overall, do I endorse the line? Yes, with reservations, as you heard. Let me know if you have tried The Ordinary products. If you have, please let me know which product or products you like and which products, in your opinion, we should stay away from. That would be fantastic and great information for us to all learn about. That's it from me. Thank you so much for watching this brand new Focus Skincare edition. I hope you found it useful. And I do also want to say, stay tuned, because you are going to see my introduction of another skincare line in an upcoming video. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it every single time. And I look forward to seeing you in the next one. But for now, take care.